Puff and Tupac was like a couple, seemed like to me. It was just a lot of weird shit going on.
What did she say she saw?
Someone giving him head. That's as far as I'll go, and then you could do the math.
It wasn't the freak off time. This was the just getting started time. I'm sure it was weird shit going on behind the scenes.
Oh my goodness. The truth has finally surfaced about what really went down between Diddy and Tupac. And trust me, it's nothing like what we've been thinking all these years. Forget everything you knew about that whole East Coast, West Coast drama because this tea is scalding hot. Everyone assumed the bad blood was just about Bad Boy Records versus Death Row Records, but hold on to your seats because there's a jaw-dropping twist to this story. Word on the street is that Tupac attended one of Diddy's now infamous parties. You know, those freak-offs we keep hearing about. And what he witnessed there left him absolutely shook to his core. But here's where it gets even juicier. Tupac wasn't just planning to drop a diss track. No. He was getting ready to blow the lid off everything about these freak-offs and spill all the tea about the alleged illegal activities happening behind those closed doors. The drama is literally about to explode. Every single time we think we've heard it all about the Diddy Tupac saga, something even more shocking comes to light. But this time it's different. It's way more serious than anything we've heard before. Keefe D, yes, that Keefe D, who's been rumored to be involved in Tupac's situation, has come forward with some absolutely mind-blowing revelations that are shaking the entire industry to its core. The tea he's spilling about what went down with Tupac's passing is making waves, honey. And let me tell you, these past few months have been wild with all these conspiracy theories linking Diddy to what happened with Tupac absolutely blowing up on social media. I'm telling you, this situation just keeps getting more and more bizarre with each new detail that comes out. According to Keefe D's explosive claims, Diddy was allegedly behind the whole plot to eliminate Tupac because, and this is the gag, he saw Tupac as a threat. Apparently, Diddy was living in absolute fear that Tupac might expose him or reveal some seriously damaging secrets. Can you even? We all remember that intense rivalry between Diddy's Bad Boy Records and Tupac's Death Row Records with Suge Knight, right? The way they were constantly throwing shade in their music and feeding into this massive public feud that just kept getting nastier and nastier. But here's the real tea. Apparently, Tupac had uncovered some of Diddy's darkest secrets about his alleged DL status, and word on these streets was that he was about to drop a diss track that would have completely destroyed Diddy's reputation in the music industry. Everyone was saying Pac was this close to exposing everything, secrets that could have ended Diddy's whole career. Just look at the absolute mess Diddy's in right now with the feds. He's been sitting in federal prison for over 4 months, getting denied bail 3 times, and don't even get me started on all these civil lawsuits coming at him left and right, including that $30 million bombshell from Cassie that started this whole avalanche. So it's looking more and more like Diddy knew exactly what could happen if he got exposed, which might explain, well, you know, because honey, he would have lost everything. Now let me take you back a few weeks before what happened to Tupac. Allegedly, Diddy had one of his associates, Baby Lane, steal a Death Row Records chain from this guy Trevon Lane, who was rolling with Tupac's crew. But chilly, things did not go as planned. While they were in the MGM Grand Lobby, Trevon spotted Baby Lane and recognized him immediately as the one who snatched his chain. What happened next was chaos. Trevon and Tupac's whole crew jumped Baby Lane right there in the lobby, and that's when things between these two sides got even more heated.
There was this fight. It's on video. Everyone is seeing it. And next thing you know.
Now here's where this story takes an absolutely wild turn. Remember Baby Lane, the one who stole that death row chain? Well, hold on to your wigs, because he's actually Keefe D's nephew. Yes, the same Keefe D who was just arrested in connection with what happened to Tupac. For the longest time, everyone thought that fight between Tupac's crew and Baby Lane was what triggered the drive-by. But honey, the real story that's coming out now is so much more scandalous than anyone could have imagined. According to multiple sources, Diddy allegedly put out $1 million bounty on Tupac's head. You read that right, a whole $1 million to anyone who could take Tupac out. And this isn't just some random gossip floating around. Several people have come forward to confirm it happened, including Keefe D himself. But here's the gag. One of Keefe D's associates spilled that, while Diddy allegedly did pay out that $1 million, it never even made it to Keefe D because somebody got greedy and decided to keep all that money for themselves. The drama. And Chile, Keefe D dropped another bombshell when he revealed that the FBI actually managed to trace the money, confirming that Diddy paid it out, but it never reached Keefe.
The FBI said they were just Zip.
So the FBI told you the
said he
same
was a
thing?
dirty motherfucker, yeah.
So the FBI told you that Zip kept that money as well.
They said Zip's a dirty motherfucker. Everybody cross you.
But wait, there's more. Just a couple of months ago, Jaguar Wright came out with some absolutely shocking claims about Diddy allegedly unaliving people who had been with him at Uptown Records.
I was thinking to myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
She pointed out something that's giving everyone chills. How suspicious it is that people around Diddy somehow keep passing away under mysterious circumstances whenever they're writing tell-all books or memoirs about their lives. I mean,
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was going to meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and then the next thing you know, you want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest motherfucker, because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning is gone.
and then, as if this tea wasn't already scalding enough, 50 Cent jumped right into the drama. He claimed that Diddy absolutely did put a hit out on Tupac, and he said this at one of his shows just days after they announced Keefe D's arrest.
Yeah, they sure said it. The FBI said that. The people down, yeah, U.S. attorneys, all of it, they said that. Zip's a piece, they said he's a piece of shit, but I didn't ever know that he got no money, but they said he got it.
Yeah.
But 50 didn't stop there. He took it straight to Instagram, posting the last known picture of Tupac with the caption, "So Tupac got lined up by brother Love Lol time to lawyer up, things might get sticky." And then, adding even more fuel to this already raging fire, Tupac's ex-girlfriend was the first one to spill some serious tea, saying that Diddy allegedly tried to drug and SA Tupac. Now, for those who might not know this part of Tupac's story, let me take you back to 1993. The police were working overtime trying to get Tupac behind bars over an alleged incident involving a young woman named Ayanna Jackson. While they were building their case against him, they searched Tupac's room at the Parker Meridian Hotel in New York City, and what they found there just added more fuel to the controversy. They discovered a videotape showing Tupac in an intimate situation with a young woman who appeared to be intoxicated. At first, the authorities thought the girl in the tape was one of Tupac's alleged victims, and everything started looking even darker. But here's where the plot twist comes in. The woman in the video turned out to be Desiree Smith, who later came forward to set the record straight. Desiree made it crystal clear that there was absolutely nothing sinister or inappropriate about what happened, and everything was completely consensual. She shut down any suggestion that she was a victim, which completely destroyed the narrative the authorities were trying to build.
You were at Puffy's birthday party in 1994 with Pac, right?
No, we met up there.
Oh, okay. You met him at the party.
I did.
Okay, take me through that entire night. Like, who was there? Who, where did you see anything weird? Was it just a good time?
So, at this time, it wasn't the freak off time. This was the just getting started time. I'm sure it was weird shit going on behind the scenes. I met this girl one time that did a photo shoot for him. It's a nice young lady from Canada. And me and her ended up going on vacation together. And a few months later, and she told me something that she saw go down at his house in the Hamptons. And then a few months later, she told me that she went hanging out with like his bodyguard and his entourage and her, and she doesn't know what happened. So none of this is alarming. And then she went back to Canada. So.
And how long ago was this? Was this in the 90s?
This was in the 2000s. Maybe like around 2004, 2006, somewhere around there.
After everything unfolded, Desiree became publicly known as one of the women associated with Tupac. But here's where things get really interesting. She actually attended one of Diddy's infamous parties with Pac, and years later, she decided to open up about everything in an interview with The Art of Dialogue. The details she shared about what went down at that event are absolutely shocking. According to Desiree, she and Tupac were having a good time at the party for the most part, enjoying the extravagant atmosphere. But she didn't stop there with her revelations. She admitted that she had been to several of Diddy's parties during that period, and Chile, based on her experience, there was always some wild, questionable behavior happening behind the scenes. Desiree dropped this bombshell about how one of her friends walked in on Diddy in a very compromising position, allegedly receiving favors from a man. And honestly, given everything we've been hearing lately, this isn't even the most shocking thing that's come out about him. Now, while Desiree didn't specifically mention Tupac getting involved in any of the freaky activities at Diddy's parties, just think about it. With Pac attending these parties and everything we know about Diddy's notorious reputation and rumored obsession with men, it's not hard to imagine that Diddy might have tried to pressure Tupac into participating in some questionable behavior. What's even more wild is that Keefe D, the man connected to Tupac's passing, had his own tea to spill about this whole situation. In interviews, Keefe D suggested that Diddy wasn't just some behind-the-scenes figure in the music industry, he was deeply involved in the more sordid aspects of the game. Keefe D dropped another bombshell when he claimed that Diddy used to organize some seriously gay parties, and Pac used to always attend them. And honey, he wasn't lying. We've all seen those pictures of Diddy and Tupac looking like best friends back in the day. But according to all these revelations, their friendship fell apart when Diddy allegedly got way too freaky, and Tupac decided that lifestyle wasn't for him. Now let's be real, Tupac wasn't exactly an angel himself, because he also faced SA allegations. But according to these explosive reports, what really set Tupac off was that Diddy allegedly spiked his drink at a party and tried to SA him. This allegedly sent Tupac into a rage, which led to him trying to expose everything about Diddy, which then allegedly led to Diddy putting out that hit on him. And well, we know how that tragic story ended. Chiley, these allegations are absolutely insane. The layers of scandal and betrayal in this story are just mind-blowing. From what started as industry beef to allegations of drugging, SA, and $1 million bounty, this story just keeps getting darker and more twisted with each new revelation. Drop your thoughts in the comments below and make sure to check out this next video because this tea is just too hot to handle. Too hot to